This design is for one of the most creative of my client, probably the most creative. I mean, sometimes I have to discuss with my clients something is not doable, something is, there's too much stuff, something whatever. This one, anytime he come to me and he has an idea, there's not much left to say because first of all, he comes to me and he tells me, I had this idea. He doesn't come to me with images and I don't know, something that he found online or something that I saw a friend with this stuff and so on. No, he has an idea, he comes to me and he say, I have this idea. Do you like it? And usually I say, fuck yeah, I like it. And then he say, okay, do whatever you want. And sometimes we have to discuss a little bit, maybe a few details, because of course he's not a designer, he's not able to draw. So sometimes I have to tell him, look, we can do this way or this other way or whatever. And usually he agrees because I show him what he has in mind. And anytime he has something that he wants to modify, like in this case, he wanted the horn very bended, but I told him more than this, they look like, I don't know, rubber horns, not real horns. And anyway, at the end, he understood and I changed it, not completely, but I changed the horns because, of course, they didn't match the design. I didn't like it very well, but for the rest he came to me and he said, I want a bump car, and all the details that he wanted in this bump car and the devil that is driving this bump car. And I was amazed. I mean, I don't know where he find all these ideas, but I loved it. And I decided to work on this in the same way I was working when I did the cover for a comic book 30 years ago. I was a cover artist for a comic book, and I decided to use the same old technique. Just do a study, do a sketch in with a pencil, and then a detailed sketch, a detailed design in black and gray, and then I colored with my markers. There are the Stabilo 3000 Duo. I think they don't do well, I don't think, I'm sure they don't do this stuff anymore, unfortunately. And there is the Copic, but the Copic are very expensive, and I'm not using them so extensively so that I need to buy this, how do you say, these markers. Anyway, when he told me his idea, I immediately thought, okay, can I do this in cartoon style? In a very comic style? And he said, do whatever you want, I trust you. And so I decided to do this. Of course, I would love to do stuff like this in bigger scale, but unfortunately he's full of tattoos. He has a full sleeve I did. He has the back piece I did, and I did a lot of tattoos because when he came to me the first time, he already had his body not fully covered, but pretty much covered. He has a lot of tattoos. So after I completed the tattoo sleeve and the back, now we are going around his body, find an empty space where we can put something. And so this is for the back of his scalp, and he already has a couple of tattoos, and so the space is that. It's not much than that. And anyway, it's not even so small, but when you get used to do full sleeve and back pieces and torsos and stuff like that, when you do something like this, you think, oh fuck, it's a little bit small. Even if I think about, I don't know, probably 15 years ago, this was not a big tattoo, but a pretty decent one. It wasn't a small tattoo. Nowadays I got used, as I told you, to back piece and stuff like that, and so it's a bit small because I cannot work in detail in in everything that I would love to do. But anyway, just because it's so small, well, relatively small, I decided to do it in on paper, because sometimes when I work on in Photoshop on the computer, I trap myself and I can scale it and I can make it bigger, and I lose myself in doing details that when I have the tattoo machine in my hand, I realize, fuck, I exaggerated. There's too much stuff in there, and it's not doable on skin. So it doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I like to go in details, and even if I always suggest to keep the design, not zoom too much when you use Photoshop, sometimes I do. And so I decided to do it in this way, and it's funnier, it's way better than the digital world. Of course, the digital world is great because it's faster, well, relatively, because sometimes it takes more time than on paper, because of course you can go back, you can change your ideas, you can do a lot of stuff that you cannot do on paper. But anyway, I decided to do in paper because that's what I had in mind. Unfortunately, my markers are 30 years old and they're still working. Not all of them, but anyway, most of them are still working, at least the colors that I needed for this one. Well, not each one. I had to make compromises, and it's good too, because anyway, when you have your tattoo colors, you don't have so many colors. You don't have all the colors that you can find in Photoshop or in an art store. Of course, you can have a lot of them, but usually there are 90 colors basically. Some brand maybe have just 60, some other 50, some other 80. I remember Radiant Color that contacted me about 10 years ago. They wanted to sponsor me, and they sent me all the palette, and it was, I think, 90 something, but many of them were pretty similar. So I would say that we can have about 60 color, and my marker were 86, I think. But nowadays I think that what's left is about, I don't know, probably 40, because many of them are dead. They don't work anymore. So as I told you, I had to do compromises with my markers. But I'm very, very happy with this little design. It gave me joy to draw this stupid demon driving. I don't know, it's not stupid, but anyway, it's funny, and I love that. And I don't know what kind of technical issue or technical advice could I give you to use markers and so on. So if you have any request, any question about this design, just put it in the comment, and if I can, I will reply. I decided to share this design because, I don't know, I love it. I find it funny, I find it cool, and I wanted to share it before. Usually I wait until the tattoo is ready to take a picture, do a decent video, and so on, and put it at the end of my time lapse. But this time I couldn't wait to share it, because really I love this stuff. There are two things that probably I could do and never get tired: cartoons and biomech. And maybe I could get tired also about biomech. But with cartoons, I think I could never get tired about doing stuff like this. Of course, it depends also by the client. If you have a good client that gives you enough freedom to do your own stuff, and it doesn't interfere too much in what you do, that's better. But anyway, I love this stuff. And of course, at the end of the design, I usually scan my design. I do it since I use the computer, to work a little bit with the contrast, clean a little bit the design, because of course sometimes you cannot do something that you can on paper that you can do on the computer. But anyway, I love it. This is the design. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. And remember to subscribe the channel, click on the bell. If you want to offer a coffee to me, you find the link in the description. And that's all. What else can I say? I am looking forward to tattooing this amazing, well, amazing, of course I did it, but anyway, I really love it. I hope you like it too. Remember to subscribe. See you the next time. Bye bye.